I sat in the airplane seat. When I sat there, it was snug. I had to wiggle to get it down. And then when I finally found the seatbelt, it wouldn't fit. It wouldn't even get close. So I thought, what do I do now? And so I sat there for a moment because I didn't know anything about extensions because I wasn't a very heavy business traveler then. And so I kind of tucked it back under me and put my purse over my tummy. And I sat there for the whole airplane ride thinking, how did I get to this point?
Flossie Alexander had a problem a lot of us do. As she aged, she just kept putting on more and more weight. She says she really didn't notice how bad it had gotten until she got on that plane to make that business trip to Atlanta. Not only was the airplane seat tight, she says she wasn't even sure she was going to make it that far in the first place.
You know, walking up the corridors as it was hard. I was out of breath, sweating, carrying, thinking, am I going to make it at least to the airplane?
For most of us, gaining weight is such a gradual thing that we don't really notice it until it's gotten out of control.
I probably started gaining weight when I was maybe 16, 17. I started having kids, and then you blame it on baby weight. And then you have another one, and then you blame it on baby weight, And it just keeps going.
And the cycle begins. She has 7 kids, by the way, so she has a lot to blame it on. Although Flossie says the whole event was embarrassing, it wasn't just the weight that was a problem.
So the whole week, things would go through my mind about my physician had diagnosed me with all kinds of things. I was diagnosed with chronic fatigue disorder, with fibromyalgia. I was even told that I was looking at double knee replacements before the age of 40.
This is what Flossie looked like back then. It's hard to believe this is the same person.
I worked at home, right? Walking from my bed to my computer started getting to be a task. Nobody ever seen me outside. I never left to go to the store. I always made somebody else go get it, go do this, go do that. And I have a huge majority of people who still follow me who see me go from here to here.
Since then, she's lost 165 pounds. To put that into perspective, she pretty much lost the equivalent of a 5'8" medium-build male. And more importantly, she's managed to keep it off. And now she's teaching other people how to do it too.
And I don't teach anybody a diet, I teach them real life.
Before coming up with this program, Flossie says, like most people, she tried every fad diet out there. And like most people, Flossie says she not only found out they don't work, you end up gaining even more weight than when you started. And she says there's a reason for that. The first program Flossie tried was a clinic that only let people have 500 calories worth of diet shakes a day.
Your metabolism is totally shut off. So when a person drops out, they go back into real life, they start eating, what happens if they have no metabolism? So that's where those stories come from, where they say, oh, they lost 100 pounds, but they gained back 125. First of all, they didn't learn anything. Secondly, when they come out, their metabolism is 0, and they're worse off than when they went in. 95% of the clients I get, it's retraining their metabolism.
So how is Flossie's program different? Well, number one, she really gets to know you.
We start talking about why you want to change, first of all. What are your goals? Why did you come to this point? You saw my name, and why did you come to me? And we start talking about where they want to be. Because when it comes to the point where they want to stop, you're going to remind them of their goals. Which is the big difference between me and the other big guys out there trying to get people to lose weight, because I actually care to do it. And I remind them where we're going, and I keep them going.
And as Flossie knows all too well, most people are going to want to quit. Another thing that makes Flossie different is the fact that she never uses the word diet, and what she advocates really isn't a diet.
Nutrition and fitness is what we focus in on. The losing weight's a byproduct of it.
As soon as her clients start on this program, the pounds seem to fall off. The third and most important thing she does is get people moving. Once Flossie educates them, she takes on another role.
I'm just like a cheerleader. That's what a coach is. They're cheerleaders, they're a coach. You can do this like a football game. They teach them the game, and they get there on the field, and they do it. And you just kind of sit back, making sure that they're making it up the field.
Flossie's program sounds like common sense, and a lot of it is. but it was unique enough that it caught the attention of a national magazine.
I didn't even know I was going to be on the cover of it. I walked into the grocery store, and I knew it was coming out. We did the photo shoot, we did the interview. I knew it was coming out, and everybody at Dilling's knew I was going to be in there. And so I walked in that one day. It wasn't even the date that was supposed to be coming out. It was on the shelf, and I looked, and I said, oh, it's a different color. And I went over there, and it was me next to Faith Hill. I screamed, and everybody knew, and I was like, I'm on the cover.
So how did she turn this into a business, and a profitable one at that? When she began her personal weight loss journey, she was employed as a quality department manager for a national transcription company.
I was losing weight while I was still working there. Everybody was watching me. So we'd get on conference call, and of course I was in charge of the conference calls because I'm a director. And they start this conference call that's supposed to be medical transcription turns into weight loss. Every time I'd be on a conference call or I'd end up in a place, it'd turn into weight loss. So, and then, you know, eventually you'll have people say, well, I'll pay you to help me lose this weight.
But Flossie still didn't take it that seriously. That is, until she got laid off from her job. It's amazing how many people need a shove to follow their dreams.
And I thought, this is a blessing in disguise. I'm going to do something I like to do. I love motivating people. I love to see somebody change their life.
And wow, has she ever got to see that. Check out these before and after pictures. This is Kendra Jones. Flossie estimates that she's lost about 60 pounds since they started working together 3.5 months ago. The reason they aren't sure is that when Kendra stepped on the scales, they maxed out.
I stepped on the scale and it wouldn't even register. Well, the scale went up to 325, so it didn't even register. So we know that I was at least 325, if not more than that. I was fat, unhappy, didn't like myself at all, didn't like life really.
And on top of that, Kendra's weight was putting her in danger of losing her job.
I'm a bus driver and here in Wichita with the bus company and stuff. The new company coming in has a dexterity test that I knew that I could pass it, but what kind of good I would be after doing the dexterity test, I didn't know. Because that's the personality. I would have done it, but if I would have been able to function afterwards, I don't know.
Luckily, that's an answer she'll never have to find out. She passed that test with flying colors after losing her weight. Flossie is there for her clients every step of the way. Not only does she get to know their personal habits, their triggers, and their stressors, she works hard to educate them, and educate them on a daily basis.
I have a cell phone, and you know, I communicate with my clients 24 hours a day. You know, I have nurses, I have lawyers, I have construction people. I even have a client who I just got 3 months ago who owns 13 Sonics. And I'm there for them.
Right now, Flossie says she takes between 30 and 40 phone calls a day and sends out around 19,000 texts a month. She uses the internet to keep in touch with clients like Curtis Roten, a truck driver who's on the road most of the time.
Huh?
Gotta go to 210.
210, so that's 16 more pounds.
We did it, and you know, everybody at my work, like, I'm eating all day long. I'm losing weight. That's kind of freaking.
Angela Morris weighed 215 pounds when she started working with Flossie. Although losing the weight has been nice, Angela says she was really more concerned about her overall health when she began. Angela's mother died of a heart attack when she was only 38.
Then I began to think, you know, I need to really do something. I've got 2 young kids. I want to be around. I was eating you know those pound bags of M&Ms? I could do that probably 2-3 days. Then I want another one.
I would drink anywhere from 2 to 3 to 32-ounce drinks of pop a day.
Like both Kendra and Angela, and a lot of the rest of us, Flossie's clients don't always eat when they're hungry. We may eat when we're bored, or sad, or happy, or may even turn to food just because it's there.
And, you know, I have girls who text me and say, hey, look, I'm really stressed out. What do I do? will you take a walk? And they take a walk and they'll either text me while they're walking or they'll text me when they get back, thank you, that made me feel so much better, I'm glad I did it. And that starts and changes the cycle.
Flossie says it's all about breaking bad habits and replacing them with new, better ways of handling issues. And she's happy to be there every step of the way, sympathizing and giving out advice, like what she told Angela.
You're right, really not eating enough, and not eating enough of the right things. So I had to change that. And within the first 2 weeks after she told me that, boom, I dropped 14 pounds. And I hadn't done any exercising yet. I hadn't done anything yet except for change what I was eating. 2 weeks, 14 pounds, gone like that. Then I was like, Shazam! Okay, tell me some more!
Since then, Angela has lost a total of 40 pounds and she's still going strong.
My being with Flossie is for me to be accountable to someone. That's the big thing. It's those days when I'm just like, can I please binge on the chocolate? And she reminds me, she texts me and say, remember how much you want to lose?
Flossie lost her 165 pounds in 14 months. So what kept her going when she wanted to give up?
My picture of me when I was in Georgia that week when I couldn't fasten my seatbelt. I carry that with me everywhere I go. People want to carry their skinny pictures with them. You carry the picture you don't want to be with you. And that's what kept me going. When people lose weight, they're always afraid of gaining it back, which is my nightmare too. Whenever a person celebrates losing weight, anything else, usually the first thing to do is want to go eat. I teach them other things. Why don't you go buy a bracelet? You're going to be able to see that. Why don't you go get a massage? It's going to cost the same thing, and you're going to feel good about yourself. You know what? Success attracts success. It does. And when you are determined to be successful, those successful people start coming out and cheering you on. And all the negative people disappear.
I am not the same person sitting here today that I was even 4 months ago.
Flossie says if she could give people, young or old, just one piece of advice, this would be it.
Stop looking for quick fixes. That's what I would like to tell people. Because you didn't put it on with the pill, you're not going to take it off with the pill. You didn't sleep and gain the weight, you're not going to take it off while you're sleeping. They want to avoid the work it takes to get it off.
Flossie says in her case, it's not about being a stick-thin model.
Oh, I'm happy where I'm at, yeah, just to be healthy. Good. And since I'm healthy, then this is where I want to be. It's not easy, but it can be done. People can do it. They can do anything they put their mind to. I would rather sit here and work 18 hours helping somebody change their life than sit there 18 hours and work for somebody else.
Just 200 more. Come on.
Oh, God. Okay, that's it.